All right, I was wanting to make a video for my liberal friends, and I just want to tell you that you're being lied to by your Democratic Party. Like they keep telling you about like this global warming, and they got you all hyped up. They want you to be full of hysteria over like the end of the world. Global warming, we're gonna melt. But like I'm gonna tell you the truth here, they are just pulling your chain. They are just like, you can go look this stuff up yourself, okay? What I'm about to tell you, you can go look it up yourself. But you know how like a light bulb is, it's measured in watts. When you go to buy a light bulb, it's like 100-watt light bulb, a 60-watt light bulb. Okay, that's watts. It's a unit of energy, okay? But the sun puts out like a certain amount of energy. Like when they go to sell you a solar panel, for example, you'll have a 1 square meter solar panel, and they say that there's 1,000 watts for that 1 meter every second hitting it. That's the amount of energy that's coming from the sun. They say that the sun is very intense. Whenever they go to sell you a solar panel, they say it's 1,000 watts per meter square, or 1,000 WM2. Okay? Now, they know that the sun is intense because, like, when they sell the solar panel, they tell you. But in the global warming model, okay, this is the trick. What they do is they weaken the intensity, okay, of the sun by spreading it over both the dark and the light side of the earth. That's what they do. That's their game. So what they do is they spread the sunlight over the entire earth, okay? And then they say, "Oh, we're just averaging it out." But you can't do that because it's the intensity that creates the weather. Like in the summertime in Florida, the blacktop pavement is really hot. You'll burn your feet. You'll burn your feet on the sand, going when you walk on the beach. Like, you can't walk on the beach because, like, the sand gets so hot. You got to wear, like, flip-flops or something because the sun's hitting it, and it's got a lot of energy. 1,000 watts for every square meter, every second, hitting from that intense sunlight. So like what they do is they weaken it to like minus 18 degrees Celsius. When they spread all of that sunlight over the whole earth, it's actually the only way the sun can hit the whole earth is if you make it flat earth. So like that's the trick that they play. They say, "Oh, but we're just calculating the area of a sphere." But then they convert it into flat square meters, and when the sun is hitting the whole thing at once, it makes it flat. So it's like, that's a false base premise. But that's the game that they play. They weaken the sunlight so that it's so weak that it can't cause the weather. And then they have like another little model, and they say, "Oh, well, it's the carbon dioxide that, like, makes up for all of that heat." But basically they they're saying that the carbon dioxide creates twice as much energy as the sun, which makes no sense whatsoever, because heat flows from hot to cold. Okay, if you have like a glass of hot water and a glass of cold water and you mix it together, you don't add the temperature of the cold water to the hot water, you know? What happens is the hot water gets colder because hot flows from hot to cold only. So they're trying to say that the sun heats the ground, and then it heats the air, and then the air reheats the ground, and then reheats the ground again. They say they got it like in a loop, so it does it twice. So it's like twice the amount of energy as the sun, which makes no sense because there's no chemical reaction. It's not nuclear. Carbon dioxide's not nuclear. So like that's what they're doing. They're just playing a big game, and they know that they can fool people on a large scale and like get you all hyped up and hysteric over, carbon dioxide. It's all like, when you control the power supply, you can control everything. Because like that's what I mean, the dollar represents energy, you know. So it's just a big bunch of nonsense. But, I hope that wakes you up, but probably won't. You probably still believe their lies and stuff like that, even after someone exposes it. Like, you're probably like, no, there's, it got warm the other day. It's like, that's their relative. Like, whenever their model that demonizes carbon dioxide, like, carbon dioxide is like a trace. It's a trace gas in the atmosphere. There's no way something that's a trace in the air is going to make twice the amount of energy as the sun. It makes no sense whatsoever. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's like even other problems. What they do is they average out the solar flux. They don't even average out like the energy. It's like they average out the solar flux. It's kind of like a rainbow, uh, in just regular terms. But when they average that out, they actually get rid of uh, UV, ultraviolet, violet and ultraviolet. So that means in their motto, you can't even get a sunburn on a summer day, walking across a beach. You can't get burned because it's not heating the ground, I guess. It doesn't have enough energy. It's that carbon dioxide that's heating your feet, but that's their model. And I don't know. I hope that helps you.